And the award for finally making a 3-drop that doesn't go in Silver Surfer goes to Ben Brode.
Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Ah!
Is it worth it?
Invisible Woman First Steps is a 3 energy 5 power card that says activate. This turn, your end of turn abilities happen twice. Wow. Overall impressions of this card is, I don't think there's too much to say because you can't really take this card into too many directions. But that doesn't mean it's not good. There's going to be like a fantastic family deck. I don't know, whatever you want to call it. You know what I'm trying to say though. It's going to go in Evo, and the oddball, maybe dark horse deck that might pop up because of it is like some odd sort of Marvel Boy deck with maybe Evo cards, maybe other stuff. I don't know, but I think all of the stuff that's going to come from this card is going to fall into one of those 3 categories. But I mean, just because building decks with this card is going to take close to 0 creativity, and you don't really have many options when building with the card, like I said, it doesn't mean it's not good. I think this card is actually going to be like the best card in the decks it goes into.
You sure about that?
Mostly because you're not putting this in a deck unless the deck revolves around end of turn stuff. I mean, obviously Mr. Fantastic First Steps is probably just going to be the best card in like any deck he goes into. So behind that, this is going to be the next most powerful card. And all she has to do is trigger once, really, and you're getting like pretty on rate value from it. Marvel Boy, just as an example. I'm not saying she's best at Marvel Boy. It's just an example. 1 trigger is 3 power. That's a 3/8. You just played a 3/8. Congratulations, you got a gladiator with nothing but upside.
Wow.
Now you add 1 more trigger onto that, then it goes from like being decent to very good. I think that's the mark of a solid card that you'll probably always be happy having, is a card that's at worst decent, and at best is going to make people angry. Not to mention next season, 2 more cards come out that make this card better. The Galactus First Steps and the Silver Surfer First Steps. But what do you guys think? Let's go to that section of the video. First up, we got a name I can't pronounce, but the second word is lefties, just with this GIF, and as a good point, I agree. Next up, we got Interrobang, great streamer. Check him out on Twitch, just with the picture of this. And I'm not gonna lie, sorry to everyone who's submitted comments before, but this is the single greatest response I've ever gotten to the hot takes request. Next up, we got the Shane Train saying, so good she lets you in twice.
Fucking shoot.
Next up, we got Volt Slasher saying, she's good. Well said. We got Keen, it's going to be perfect in the end of turn deck.
You smart.
You guys are on a fucking heater today. And finally, we got Grivik saying, prefer the Rivals version.
I'm at the go!
All right, on to some example decks. Here we have basically 4 different versions of the decks I referenced earlier. First up, we have all of the Fantastic First Steps characters in a single deck. As you can see, all of them have magic in the deck, and I think that kind of makes sense because magic is basically doing the same thing as Invisible Woman, except it has less power and it can be countered by like turning the location off. So that's why magic is here in all of them. But yeah, they're all variations of the same deck. You can take it in a Zooey direction. You can take it into Athena direction. Things will get really interesting when we see the 2 cards next season coming out that are gonna make this card better, because those are really solid. And then I guess the last thing to point out here is that Doom 2099 is probably another card you should consider when building the deck. Honestly, I didn't think of it until I saw that stupid GIF in the hot take section. But yeah, Doom 2099 solid, Marvel Boy solid, Athena, Havoc, you get it. I mean, there's really not many options with this card, like I said earlier. So this pretty much covers all the bases except for Havoc. But yeah, my rating and recommendation for Invisible Woman First Steps. She gets 7.5 Jessica Albas out of 10. And I'm giving this a 7.5 because although it's a very narrow card and you're not going to be using it in a bunch of different decks, the deck she goes into, she's going to be the best card or like the second best card in those decks. And those decks aren't going to be possible without her. And like I said earlier, her being bad, it's still a good card. Her being great, it's one of the best cards you could have played in that scenario. High floor, high ceiling, you can't go wrong with a card like that, even if it is like super narrow and niche. So yeah, it gets a really solid rating. Do I recommend spending tokens on this card? If you have all the other fantastic first step cards, yeah, you should probably just pick this card up. If you don't have like Torch and or the Thing, maybe don't get this card, because you're not going to have, you know, a key 1 or 2 cards that other people are going to have, and maybe you need those for the best version of this card's deck to be, you know, good. I don't know what I just said there. It's late. I have to edit this video now. Okay, bye-bye.